way towards Ken Carroll. The right lane is blocked there, so do expect some slight delay. The rest of C470 along the foothills and through Highlands Ranch up to full speed. I-25 traffic is checking in accident-free. The worst of it right now seems to be southbound as you work your way anywhere from around 38th Avenue on down to 6th Avenue with some slower traffic. Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather, partly cloudy today, a high of 57 expected. Tonight's low 37, and then tomorrow a slight rain snow chance with a high of 55. Currently it's 56. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
This week on Red Pilled America, we tell the story of multimedia icon Glenn Beck and how he blazed the trail for how to fight back against cancel culture. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
I'm going to tell you about an unbelievable deal going on right now. In fact, you're going to think it's too good to be true, but it's not. 888heating.com is offering the following. You get a new air conditioner, a new furnace, a whole home humidifier, and 5 years no interest, all starting at $8,500. Other people sell just the AC unit for that. You have to check these guys out. They've been on a referral list over 10 years. 888heating.com is the website, and 888-HEATING is a phone number.
It's the most expensive time of the year, with card balances climbing and gifts that are making your cash disappear. It's the most expensive time of the year.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans. Credit card balances won't be the only thing going up in the new year. Rates will rise as well. Don't miss out on your chance to save. 303-867-7000 or online, idealhomeloans.com.
It's the most expensive time of the year.
It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword, WORK, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WORK to 200-200.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Let's talk about your problems, your questions, your complaints to make your life a little easier. That's what we want to do each and every day. All you have to do is call this hour, brought to you by realcbdthatworks.com. Just get online, get your gifts, or buy them for yourself for pain, anxiety, for inflammation, systemic inflammation. It's a great product, CBD and CBG, all at realcbdthatworks.com. Tom and the promo code, 30% off. Hey, welcome to the show. We talk every day about a different topic, and you're welcome to chime in. So welcome. Today we have Fix It 24/7 in the house, talking plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, or anything else you want to talk about. We never confine our conversations to one topic ever. In fact, we talk about anything on your mind. Anything on your mind. And, there is a lot going on. For example, when we talked yesterday, we were saying that, or I said, I heard Buttigieg say, is that his name? Buttigieg, but anyway. And I heard him say that the transportation secretary now, that they were going to address the roads and bridges in a non-racial biased way, that bridges and highways are racist. And so he was going to address it, and I said, wow. So I started looking into it, and I read an old article about how bridges and highways were designed to bypass minority communities, and the so-called overpasses were built specifically low enough so the black kids couldn't get the school buses. Their school buses couldn't get out of the neighborhood. I mean, like I said, this is what I read, and it was an article that was written many years ago, and I thought, maybe Buttigieg has something, and maybe they're right when they talk about racist highways and bridges. But then, and by the way, this is just on how infrastructure money is going to be spent, and that's why I started looking into it. But then there were several articles since then that say that's not true. That bridges and highways are not racist, right, Mark? Did you look
even
at some of
the
those?
Washington
I always
Post.
like to correct things we talk about here. Go ahead.
The Washington Post said they admit they were wrong for that knee-jerk defense of Buttigieg's racist bridge comments. And they go on to talk about it, and I guess there was some book or something written about 50 years ago where this stuff started, but I guess it's been debunked. I mean, it's pretty strange, actually.
So it was debunked, you're saying?
Yeah, some of the bridge stuff was. Now, I don't doubt...
Because he says, I'm still surprised that some people were surprised when I pointed out that bridges and roads were racist. And apparently, the Washington Post and also the New York Historical Society and a whole bunch of other people have looked into this.
Yeah, I guess this guy named Moses had something to do with designing the Parkway bridges, and he's been questioned for a long time in this guy's book, Carrio's book. But basically it says historians told the Post that Moses did nothing different on Long Island from any other park commissioners in the county.
Robert Moses was the chief of the
He built highways and bridges in New York City.
Really, the honcho for building highway bridges, overpasses. And
he also did playground, sports fields, and urban pools.
And
housing developments.
And they went back and I guess they measured stuff years ago and everything was basically the same. So I don't know. It's just kind of strange, man.
But so, and I haven't looked at Snopes, by the way, and I don't even know how you feel about Snopes, if they're the end all for truth. But they used to tout themselves as true. But in any case, apparently that is not true. I mean, that makes me feel better if it's not true. What do you think? I don't know. I mean, apparently they went out and measured, and that's not true. School buses can fit through them.
Yeah, and apparently this all went down years ago. This isn't something that's happened in the last few days since his comments. This was a rumor started 50-plus years ago that was debunked back then, according to this article at least.
303-713-TALK. So here's the deal. Do you think that people go out of their way to look for racial injury and incorrect stuff to attack? Do you think they do? I mean, I don't know. I'm just curious.
I think some people do, but I don't think most do. I think some do.
I think there are some people who like to highlight differences.
But some people
on
look
purpose.
for injustice anywhere. Nothing, not just to do with race, but any kind of injustice. I mean, some people are just kind of molded that way. And that's probably good in a lot of circumstances.
Like a chip on their shoulder?
No, not like a chip on their shoulder, but they're always looking for things that aren't correct, and they want to correct them, regardless of what it is.
All right, 303-713-TALK. By the way, we're still looking for people who have decided not to go back to work because we are missing about 6 million people from the workforce. The other day it was brought out that part of that is due to people who took early retirement. They said, you know what, after this pandemic and stuff, it's not worth going back to work. And then we're told that part of it was also due to
two family incomes.
Two family incomes going down to one income, not having child care, not having babysitting, not having after school care and all that, deciding, wait a minute, that second income really wasn't adding that much to our quality of life, and they went back to one income. Do you think that's the way it's going to be? Have we permanently lost 6 million people?
I think we have for a while. George, you guys still feeling it at Fix-It when it comes to hiring?
Yeah. What about employment at Fix-It 24/7? What have you been finding?
You know, I have found it's a lot easier now than it was last year. So it's getting better.
Okay, good.
I do see more people getting back into the force for sure. I don't think it's 6 million people gone. I do think there's
that's what the stat.
Gone.
Yeah, the stat.
I mean, and they'll keep coming back.
The whole workforce. In other words, we're talking the entire spectrum of work. But, okay, and you think many of those people will be back?
Many will. I think some are just, enjoying and still on unemployment. They might not be getting the extra money, but they liked being off for a year, and they've adjusted their lifestyle to be able to do so even longer. So there's some people trying to wait as long as they possibly can, and it's an extended vacation for some.
All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, as far as supply chain, again, we ask everybody in every field, what about supply chain, George? What's going on?
It's getting
what's good and what's bad?
What's bad is it's getting more and more scarce. I think all over, right? I mean,
which part of your business is getting scarce?
So, mostly service. So, like, if your furnace breaks right now and it's a motor and it's on back order, it could be months before you get it. So more. It's equipment too, but it's mostly right now it's service work. So it's a part that you need for your specific furnace we're not able to get. For a while, if at all, in some cases.
What does someone do? I mean, really, if the motor's out and you can't get it anywhere, you got to buy a new furnace, right? I mean, you're not going to go through winter without heat.
Right.
So having a major component go out is just as bad as having a furnace go out.
Yeah.
That's what automotive guys are telling us, too, man. We've had calls, George, people with vehicles under warranty, less than a year old, with a major problem, can't get a part. Imagine buying a brand new vehicle. You can't drive it for 6 months because they can't fix it.
They're even, by the way, remaking cars. What I mean by that is, in the manufacturing process, they're rethinking cars. They're making them with less modules and less electronics to get more units out. That could be a permanent design change.
You know what worries me the most about this whole thing?
What's that?
Most car parts, our industry, it's like a chip that you're waiting on.
Yes.
A whole furnace might be a chip you're waiting on.
That's right.
From Taiwan.
That's right.
And a lot of it's from Taiwan. And, looking at it, China was very clear that they were going to take Hong Kong. They did the way they did. They're very clear in saying, we're going to take Taiwan. And
they think it's theirs.
They do. And now they're starting to send jets over more than ever. If they end up trying to take over, we absolutely have to defend them.
Oh, right? I don't think Biden would.
Yeah,
anyway,
said he would. He already came out and said he
again.
Would. I think you have to, though. You lose all allies if you don't.
Well, are they the manufacturer of most chips?
Of a lot of the world's chips, yes. A lot of the things that are on this back order is from Taiwan. So you look at it now and you say, okay, if something like that happens, then what? I mean, we need to start taking stuff back into our country and making stuff here.
You're right. It says here, Taiwan is definitely the top the top production company for computer chips.
But we could also, if we started ramping up now, it might take 4 or 5 years. We could actually get there. But you have to start somewhere. I mean, you can't just wish it. I mean, they have to start it somewhere.
Now, the U.S. makes what percentage of chips in the world, do you think? Of the supply?
I'd say less than 10.
12%. It's a computer chip shortage in all sectors of the economy. We'll talk about that and more. By the way, if you have anything bothering you, don't wait. So many people call us when it's too late. They've been lied to, cheated, ripped off. People took money and did not do work. We can help you mostly when you call us early in a problem. Don't wait. This show is all about helping you with your consumer problem.
When it comes to roofing, Excel Roofing offers everything I recommend. First, they don't take a cent until you're content. That means no money up front ever.
I don't know, man. You really think Biden would?
Just honest.
What would he do? That's what I try to figure out. They storm the shores. What do they do?
We have to defend them. So we're now basically a lower China. So is
they've done roofs for me. If you have old hail damage or new, call Excel.
It's a country that's under Martial law, right?
Where you can get up to 28%.
Under Russia?
Oh, Australia. So Australia automatically is. Since they're in that war too, they have to be there right there. They have a base there. We control that more than they do.
303-761.
Okay, guys, I just have this quick spot.
61-6400. ExcelRoofing.com.
Hey, when it comes to water, you can do water softening for better laundry, better skin, better pipes, better health, all through waterpros.net. Just whole house systems under $2,000, computerized, fully installed, low maintenance, waterpros.net. That's Paul the Waterman. We love Paul. He's a good guy. He'll do free water testing of your home as well. 303-862-5554. No gimmicks, no fear. True water testing free. That's 303-862-5554. Now listen, here's something else that's free. Free legal advice. And I mean that. You can call Blake Harris right now and get free legal advice on your estate. Now obviously he wants to get clients, right? To do trusts and wills and prenups and postnups and payable on death certificates and titles that transfer without probate. All of this he can do for you when it comes to your estate. And you can ask your questions free at 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Look him up, BlakeHarrisLaw.com. He only charges flat rates for what he does. The number, 833-ASK-BLAKE.
He just terrifies me, man. I don't see him doing shit.
So when you strike, when your enemies meet, they're getting ready, man.
Just put down some bullets and
they made everything in their country illegal. I mean, video games,
just
boy
write
bands.
Jeff a pen.
Right, what?
I just want bullet points of what you absolutely want to cover today. I mean, we'll talk about shit no matter what, but I want to know if there's ever anything you want to talk about. Like, just whatever. Just put down the bullets and I'll know what it is.
So, yeah, man, that's my biggest worry.
So you think they're cracking down
we
big
have no
time?
choice but to be in it, though. Otherwise, we just pretty much give power to China and not.
Jeez, I just see that as a fight and fucking move.
Shoulder injury recently. I can
We would lose all allies, dude.
my shoulder. It
All.
really helps me. I
Like,
use tension
after what we just did to,
energy.
and that's another reason why I'm trying to
Afghanistan.
really like
they're preparing their people, all their kids are done, everybody's in military school, stuff, everything's illegal, video games, boy bands, like everything.
honestly,
As a
They were right after that Afghan bullshit. They were telling the people in Taiwan, you see how they protect their allies right there?
And then they sent 26 jets. China did more than they ever have.
How about the islands they're building up, the fucking man-made islands in the middle of the goddamn ocean?
Their whole goal, and they're not. They said we're taking Taiwan by peace or by war. They've been saying that. So when you do it, they would never do that while Trump was in there. Do you think they're gonna wait for somebody else like that to get in there, or now?
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was them, I'd do it now.
Of course, and they're the next within like anytime. It's crazy. Anytime. So you look at this shortage now.
Oh, that was just
fucking late.
So Jacob Simple wants to know if you think they'll mobilize on that.
Yeah, we have so many weapons.
Not well, it depends on what that turns into. No one knows. So how do we defend?
Well, how do we defend not getting chips for 4 years? I mean, really think about what this war would look like. If they took over Taiwan, the shortages we have now would be unfucking believable.
When you say take over Taiwan, we would literally like Taiwan, us.
I'd like to believe you're absolutely right on that.
I'm on.
Just Taiwan.
What about it? Oh, that
And we would just protect them at no cost, at all costs.
Biden came out and said, because he had pressure of asking the question when China sent those jets, would we
He also came out and said it was garbage. We're paying $450,000 to illegals across.
It used to be made in Hong Kong, and we let Hong Kong go.
Hong Kong's a little different, man. That kind of is China.
Right. Like, I mean,
Wasn't there like a term for that or something? It was like an experiment they were doing.
And the peninsula hanging off the side, ain't?
Hong Kong was
British for 99 years. The British owned Hong Kong for 99 years. Like we just own Panama Canal.
And how we blazed the trail for how to fight back against.
Yeah, that was stupid of us to give
Listen
up.
to Red Pilled America on the iHeart.
I think it was stupid to pull out of Afghanistan the way we did. Well, not just the way we did. I would pay 500. If they could really operate that on 2,500 troops, I don't know why it's a big fucking deal. It's a base.
but they're not working with lost them. And what we empowered them with.
How about what Bush said years ago? You know, all these wars would be paid with the oil over there. How come we're not fucking taking that oil?
You never should, talk about my air base. That was the big deal.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Ian, what's happening in your life, Ian? How can we help you? What's going on?
Well, hey, Tom.
Hold on a second, Ian. I got to plug in my earpiece here, and I'll hear your problem. So, all right, sir, I'm here. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, thanks, Tom, for
Yes,
taking
sir.
my call. I appreciate you. So I had somebody collided with my wife's car a couple of months ago. So about a month ago,
How was the collision? What kind of collision was it? Rear end, side, front? What was it?
It was the rear right hand side
Okay.
of my wife's Jeep Grand Cherokee.
And what were the conditions? I'm just curious.
Conditions are good. The lady just pulled out when a truck was turning and didn't see my wife coming. So
what's going on? What's going on?
So insurance details were swapped, and we were contacted by an insurer, Progressive, and they said take it to a shop. So
now, Progressive is the other party's insurance?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all going good so far.
Got it.
So we take it to Iron Mountain Collision in Loveland, and essentially what happened is they wanted to paint almost the whole car. They wanted to paint the right-hand side, the left-hand side, the hood. No, I'm sorry, not the hood. The roof.
Why did they say that?
The rear bumper.
Why did they say that? Was that to enhance the or to make the paint perfect or what?
Yeah, to blend the paint.
Okay.
And so what happened, Tom, is basically, the insurance company assessor was not happy with that. And, there was some middle ground that couldn't be met. So we decided that we'd take the car and we'd take it elsewhere.
Now, let me get this straight. Hold on, Ian, I'm confused.
Yep.
Progressive referred you to Iron Mountain?
No, they just said find someone and take it there. So I asked a friend, and he referred us to Iron Mountain, so we took it there.
Okay, and then Iron Mountain wanted to paint the whole thing. The company didn't like it, so you took it somewhere else. Why would you take it somewhere else?
Well, we wanted to take it somewhere else because basically the insurance said they wouldn't cover what Iron Mountain wanted to pay.
Okay.
So we'll take it somewhere else. So yesterday morning, after it's been a month of going back and forth, I spoke to the gentleman who owns Iron Mountain, and he said there was going to be $4,000 and $50 in storage charges. So basically, for outside.
Wait a minute. How long was it there?
It was there for 30 days while they went back and forth.
Wait. 30 days and they're charging you $4,000 in storage?
Yep. That's the one. $135 a day. On the sign on their wall says they charge $1.50 for outside storage per square foot. So if the car's approximately, 80, 90 square feet, there's your $135. So I had no option because I'm bleeding money at this point because we signed papers that, that they're going to do the car and that. So I had no option to go and pay them basically $4,700 to get my car back because they wanted to bill for some work they'd done on it. So I now have the car and I'm $4,700 down. The insurance
man, I can't believe So you paid $4,700 just to get your car?
Yes, sir.
Who paid that?
I did.
And what about the other party? Are they going to pay it back to you?
So the insurance, the Progressive Insurance Company said typically they will cover storage, but at $30 or $40 a day, not at $130.
Yeah, well, I think it's ridiculous that they charged you that, but they had a sign up saying that.
Well, there's a sign that says that, and they're liable to that. But I also think there's an element of choice there that they could choose to, because I think they did drag their heels for a few days just to get the car out. But that's what the sign says. So, but. Tom, I will store your car happily for $4,000.
I'm wondering if they have a tough time with people leaving cars there, and that's why they instituted this this policy. I've never heard.
We wanted to get the car. We've been trying to get the car. First they wanted a verbal, then they wanted written, then they didn't get our email, then could we send them another email? And it just dragged on. It just dragged on and on.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about the car itself. Is Progressive going to fix it?
Yeah, we've got it to another shop. Then they're going to take, and I talked with the guy, and they're going to take care of it. So the car is going to be fixed.
The car's going to be fixed. Now we got a $4,700 bill. Here's what I would do. Okay. I would sue the owner of the other car in small claims court for storage charges, saying that those storage charges were not my fault. It was their being evaluated. Your insurance refused to pay for the repair. I had to move it. I had to pay storage. I would sue the other guy. He was directly responsible, or she was directly responsible for your charges. Now, you may not win, but that's what I would do. I would have your wife.
How do I go about that?
Well, okay.
Do I need to go get a lawyer?
No, not for small claims court, but you can if you want for a regular court.
Okay.
But I would do this. I would go to the city and county where the other party lives and get a small claim affidavit and fill it out and have that person served. They're going to bitch and moan and cry and say, my insurance should cover this. And you're going to say, that's not our issue. We were damaged as a result of this accident. Okay? You take your victims as you find them. It's not our fault that your insurance company took 30 days to get us an answer and refused to get this car done. Okay? Therefore, you're paying for our storage.
So So I have nothing. No comeback with the. And I believe the insurance company will pay an element of the storage, but I think I'll be $3,000 out of pocket. I have no remote comeback with the body shop.
Well, they published their rate. So what do you think? I think they published their rate. Mark, the sign clearly said $1.35 a square foot or whatever it was. And so how do you say, well, I didn't know that? I don't know. I would like to call Iron Mountain Collision and ask them, I would like to ask them why they did this. It must be a big problem for them. Hey, Deputy Doc, call Iron Mountain, see if they'll comment on this. Again, I don't think your dispute is with them. I don't think a judge could say, we think that's exorbitant. We're not going to pay that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. That's just mine. Now, Jim, you have a comment on furnace repair and shortages. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I had my furnace just broke down about a few days before the last little cold spell we had. And when they came in to evaluate what it would take...
Who came in?
A furnace guy that I use.
Okay, a furnace guy. What did he say?
I would take $1,200 in parts and $300 in labor, but 6 to 12 weeks out to get the parts.
Oh, my God.
And so I asked him, well, what would it cost to put in a new furnace? And he said, for you, about $4,300 for to replace a high efficiency furnace. And I had to choose, during the winter months, I chose to get another furnace, a brand new one.
How old was your furnace?
It was 25 years old.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then that's a good deal for you. That's a good deal. But, man,
done that anyhow.
Yeah, you should have done that anyway. I mean, when it comes to old furnaces like that, it's not worth it.
Typical lifespan, 15, George? Well, that's typical lifespan, 15. Well, nowadays, you go 20. Can't you on a really good furnace?
See, overall, if you take everything and whole, the average life is 10 years old.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not because of the furnace, it's usually the install. So if the install isn't done right, you don't have enough airflow, that thing will last.
Just burns itself out.
You take the worst piece of shit installed by the best installer, and the best piece of equipment installed by the worst installer, and the piece of shit will last longer installed by the best installer. I believe it. Get a good piece of equipment installed by a really good installer, and you'll crush it.
We need to talk word. Did I give you my pen?
I gave him mine. That's mine.
No, I'll put it down there. I want to talk about installation and how important it is.
Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather, partly cloudy, a high of 57 today. Tonight's low 37, and for tomorrow, a slight rain snow chance with a high of 55. Currently, it's 56. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630. Hey, how? Fast under your eyes? That's junk sleep. And Mattress Firm can help. Shop the Black Friday sale and save up to $500 on top-rated brands you'll love, like Sleepy's. Plus, pair the mattress of your dreams with a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase.
You know, affordable interest mortgage, of course, has all of the
loans you'd expect, the conventional 30, 15-year, and they have jumbos, and they have FHA, and they have VA. But, you know, they have two loans that I love. First, the fix-up loan is one of them. That's where you find a house you want. The money to fix it up you don't have, but you want to fix up the house, so you build it into the loan. They appraise the house as if it is done. With the improvements, you get a better appraisal, more money. That money's put into escrow to fix up the house. You can't beat the fix-up loan. And then what about the liquid loan? A 30-year line of credit, simple interest. You pay off your first, then you have a checking account with this loan. Well, you write checks for the equity when you need the money, or put extra money in there to pay down the interest or the balance. It's the liquid loan. AImortgage.net, 720-895-0500, 720-895-0500.
Looking take advantage of one-on-one support from United Healthcare at select Walgreens locations in Denver. Current United Healthcare Medicare members can get help with plans, billing questions, and more Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're new Medicare or looking to switch plans, talk to a licensed sales agent Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a great way to learn about Medicare plans in the Denver area. Take advantage of one-on-one Medicare support at United Healthcare Medicare Member Services inside Walgreens at 5190 West 120th Avenue in Broomfield, 19028 Lincoln Avenue in Parker, and 205 East Eisenhower Boulevard in Loveland. For more information on United Healthcare Member Services, visit uhcwalgreens.com today. That's uhcwalgreens.com. Wow. All clinical and other resource center services provided at United Healthcare Walgreens locations are provided by employees or agents of United Healthcare Services, Inc. or one of its subsidiaries or affiliates, and such individuals are not employees or agents of Walgreens Company or any of its subsidiaries or affiliates. Season after season, why the reason people trust K&H Home Solutions? Beautiful windows, siding, and doors, roofing, gutters, and more. Improving homes for over 60 years. K&H, the difference is clear. K&H Home Solutions.
Rarely do you get a chance to buy products this good at drastically reduced prices. But this month, you're in luck. K&H Home Solutions is giving 40% off their fabulous, energy-efficient windows, Everlast siding, and beautiful entry doors. Hi, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, with the confidence you'll never find better products or a better company to install and guarantee them, all at 40% off, with a 65-year track record. Visit
Judge admonishes prosecution over questioning. This judge ain't liking the prosecution. He doesn't even know why the damn trial's going on. It's that kid that grabbed that gun. He bought a gun and drove to that other state. And then these people, this mob, was trying to grab him and take the gun away, and he ended up killing a couple guys.
Well, they're trying to attack him, right?
Definitely, the video says the whole thing. But this morning, so they had one of those guys on that was trying to attack him. This is a prosecution. And the guy gets on the witness stand and says, yeah, we were trying to jump him and take his gun. I mean, you're like, holy shit. That's the worst prosecution since OJ.
And the one guy was up there and he said, do you have any idea what was on that guy's mind? This is the child molester.
No idea.
And he says, no. He says, but I did hear him. He says, so you can't say, this is the prosecutor saying to his own witness, so you can't say he had in mind to endanger Rittenhouse. He says, well, he did say, fuck you, and grabbed his gun. This is a prosecution witness.
Look, the judge is pissed off over the prosecution. They had to bring it. That was it. They had no choice. I think Brown was saying there could be, he thinks there would be riots if he gets let off. I don't think so.
Oh, man. There's going to be riots.
You think there'd be riots over that? All you gotta do is look at the fucking video.
Was the guy that he was right over, did he make any black people?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what color they were.
Okay, because then there would definitely be, because if you kill a black person and you're not punished for it, there will be a riot. No, I'm serious. There will be. No, there will be, because they're fucking.
Well, he's definitely going to get off, so we'll find out.
Right. I just think that's a fact. I'm sorry. I think that would happen.
I don't think so. Not in this case. This ain't a cop shooting some kid in the back, dude.
It's a value. it's a lack of value on a life, they would say. Yeah, but everybody can see the video, what happened. And there's a trial. I'm Tom Martino.
Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so what do you do with low airflow in a home? James, what's going on?
Yes, how you doing, Tom?
Good, man. What's going on? You're on with Fix It 24/7. What's going on with your airflow, James?
Okay, in last year, October 14th, I bought a home for Richmond Home, and I'm experiencing low airflow, like upstairs in my upstairs bedroom. I'm not receiving that much AC air. It's just not the flow is not coming.
Now, what do you mean when you're upstairs? Are you saying it takes a long time for your home to heat up and to cool off?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, hold on. Are you all on your home? Do you have a separate zone upstairs than downstairs with a separate furnace?
No, I do not. It's all one unit.
Okay. Is it zoned, however, with a zone at all? Like, for example, can you turn the up on without the down?
No.
Okay.
No, I cannot.
All right. Also, I'm just asking these general questions. Is your attic ventilated?
Yes.
Because if an attic is overheated, it can cause real problems with air conditioning on the upper floors. But George, in general, low airflow to the upper floors, that's not uncommon, is it?
No, it's very common.
What would that be for? What would that be? I mean, what would be the reason, I should ask?
How many stories is your home?
It's a 2-story townhome.
2-story, and I assume the furnace is in the base, in the lower level, garage or basement, crawl space.
Where's the furnace? In a crawl space.
Upstairs.
Wait. The furnace is upstairs. What does that mean? In the attic?
No, I'm sorry. It's on the second floor. It has its own mechanical room.
The second floor of the townhome?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh,
that's odd.
That is odd. I mean...
And see, Richmond has had my warranty specialist guy, he said that they've had 15 other homes that they've had issues with. So he sent one of their HVAC guys out there to take the levels of the home, the flow. I think he was taking the airflow coming out of he turned the AC unit up. He turned the heating unit up, went upstairs with his phone, and he started taking numbers. And I was not upstairs at the time. He came back downstairs and he said, these numbers are what I'm reading from the airflow coming out from upstairs.
But if your furnace is located on the second floor, your airflow on the second floor should be higher.
Well, see, it's not. That's the thing. And when the warranty specialist guy told me, he said they were having issues with like 15 other homes. He said he was going to get someone sent out there. Well, the guy came out, took a picture of my thermostat. It's a smart.
Yeah, none of that. That has nothing to do with airflow, bro.
Well,
that has nothing.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because he said you voided your warranty.
Why?
Because I changed out the thermostat.
Oh no,
that's a bunch of crap, man.
Wow.
That's exactly why I called you guys, because I wanted.
But James, I don't think that the furnace is bad.
Nothing to do with it.
James.
Well, it could be misized, but it's probably a ducting. Especially if 15 homes had the issue, I bet you it's a design issue from.
It's a design issue, mainly maybe not enough return air or not a big enough return air. It could be something very simple, but whether it's warranty or not, I mean, somebody's got to at least analyze it for you, James.
Well, see, I don't. Well, I mean, what do you mean by that? Because he sent the HVAC guy out. He said the reading on his phone was like, I don't know, maybe 74, 76.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means on his phone. What does that mean?
Yeah, somebody.
I'm sorry, Tom. That's just what he came down there to. See,
all right.
I was just.
Yeah,
Look,
he sent an HVAC
where
guy from his own.
Where does it stand? Where does it stand right now?
Well, I wanted to call you, and right now I'm going to give him a call back, and I'm going to call the warranty company because it sounded kind of fishy, like he didn't know what else he could do. So
okay,
that's
listen,
where I'm at.
James, who told you the warranty wouldn't be honored?
I'll say my warranty guy. His name is Walter Sharp of Richmond Home.
Now, Walter said you voided your warranty.
Yeah, because I changed the thermostat.
Well, that's a lot of crap, okay? Who installed the HVAC? Those are the people you should be talking to.
Well, I thought it was all under warranty. Well, it was Richmond. It's
right.
Richmond's bill.
Right, but
So,
did Richmond send out their subcontractor is what I'm asking.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they did send out a subcontractor.
Did the subcontractor tell you the warranty is void?
No, he did not.
Did the subcontractor tell you they could fix it?
He said to keep complaining. So now I'm complaining to you guys.
Okay.
And
Who is the subcontractor?
I'm sorry, Tom. I am for sure. I'm very sorry. About that.
That's okay. Listen. Did the guy say, yes, we can fix this, but you got to keep complaining? Or did he say, I have no idea what's going on? What did he say?
He said, keep complaining. That was it.
But did he say what the problem was?
No, he did not.
All right, listen.
I'm stuck in the middle right now.
Okay, we're going to have somebody called. Suze, I want someone to call Richmond Homes with a very simple message. The smart thermostat has nothing to do with airflow, could not affect the airflow on one floor over another, and they're morons. And this man deserves an answer in a Richmond home as to why he has uneven airflow. How long have you been living there?
1 year. As of October 14th this year, that's when the warranty is up.
Yeah, but
it's complaining before.
It's not up if you complain before that, and they never address it. Suze, is Deputy Smarty Pants listening? I mean, we got to get a hold of Richmond. This is a bunch of garbage, James. What usually causes lack of airflow, George? What usually causes it? Sometimes it could be return air, not enough ducts. What else? Can they put booster fans in those ducts?
Well, so the number one thing is usually size of ducts, especially in older homes.
But this is a new home.
Right, this is a new home, so... I assume
if it's a size of duct, what do? You can't rebuild it.
You can't. So it depends on what the issue is. Like you said, it could be a return. It could be zoning could be a possibility. It sounds like a bad design, though. A bad design if 15 homes have the same issue.
All right, James, what I need to know, what's the name of the townhome development? Because I want to know if other people are having it.
Yes, I had a neighbor call you. It was in the winter of last year. She said her downstairs was.
I
remember that.
What's the name of this?
Prairie Farm. Prairie Farm.
Okay.
Yeah. In Commerce City, 96.
Let's look.
96.
Okay. Here's what. Okay. I want other people, if they're having a problem, to let us know. But we're going to have someone call them. Hang on.
Impact traffic.
I spoke to Iron Mountain.
This report is sponsored by Red Pill America. 25 traffic moving along and posted limits are above for your speeds between Thornton and Castle Rock. No reported problems now on I-70 between Golden and Aurora. Kennedy Boulevard looks good out to the airport. 225 in good shape. As far as your C470 drive goes, it is also in good shape with one exception. Some construction
figure it out.
on the right is closed westbound C470 between Pickering and
That's great.
Isn't that great? Weather partly cloudy and a high of 57 today.
Screwed
Night
yourself
for 37, and for tomorrow a slight rain snow chance with a high of 55. Currently it's 56. With your impact
Put a smart
weather, I'm Crystal Blossom.
thermostat in. You guys had to come and fix it.
This week
I
on
blew a
Red Pill
fuse in
America,
the furnace
we tell the story of
because some
multimedia
finally
icon
crossed a
Glenn
wire,
Beck,
and it was
who
just a
blazed
little
the trail
fuse, he
for
says,
how to
at the
fight back
furnace.
against cancel culture.
This was in my condo years ago. But the guy comes out and he doesn't ask him what the problem is.
Free legal advice.
And do it alone. Never, ever talk to insurance companies without at least talking to an attorney. And you can get free legal advice when you need it the most from John Fuller. John has committed to giving people accurate information free of charge. You just call him. Now listen, here's the deal. If you hire him, still no out-of-pocket money. He only charges based on what he collects for you. It's called contingency. Get your free advice. 303-597-4500. John Fuller, 303-597-4500. You can also find John Fuller at referralist.com. And that's where you find theartofgranite.com, where you get prices on the phone. You notice all of this stuff? Complimentary on the phone. Art of Granite. That's right. You call them up and say, listen, I'm doing this project. What do you think it'll cost? Whether it's granite, quartz, marble, whatever you do, even man-made material. They sell all material to wholesale. They tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. Theartofgranite.com. 303-386-5919. Get your price on the phone. 386-5919. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran has a full-service real estate company for listing your homes and for looking for a new home. Whatever you do, Frank Duran will do it the best because he is dedicated to no gimmicks, just proven results. Over 27 years in business. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. 303-920-1622.
Don't miss the trading group.
Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KDFD. Learn how you can earn a full-time income working from home.
What did you think if the HVAC guy came out there and he said, keep complaining? Complaining about what? What's wrong with why isn't it working? I mean, there has to be some responsibility on this guy's part to at least get an answer.
They're telling him it's out of warranty. You fucked it up.
No, but
the HVAC guy's there. He's at his house. He fixed the issue, look at it, and he's saying...
Keep complaining. Complaining about what?
It's stupid.
Right, George?
He's basically saying be a squeaky wheel if you want something done.
What do you want done?
The guy there doesn't sound like can figure out what the issue is, which is typical of building.
How does it work, though? Is he saying that his unit's in someone else's unit?
No.
He's saying the air is blowing. The way the ducts are laid out or whatever's going on, downstairs is getting the bulk of his airflow and upstairs is not.
So he has two-story townhome. His furnace is actually upstairs, so it's probably a downflow furnace upstairs, and so downstairs is getting everything and not upstairs.
Got it.
Instead of the
so
normally that would be
it was probably designed or installed improperly, right?
It could be. When I hear 15 people have the same issue, I just think it's straight up a design issue. They probably installed it to the design. They all passed inspection, assuming the inspector knew what the hell he was looking at. Therefore, it was a design issue from the engineer. So that could be the case. Or the builder installed them all wrong, and the inspector didn't truly understand, didn't catch it. I don't know. I mean,
just
that's
the
possible.
first 2 done right and passed, the next 15 done wrong.
Well, yeah, they're all supposed to be looked at. But
yeah, I'm just saying, across the first 2, they were good, and then got lax on his reviews. Maybe
if that's the case, then the city could have liability. I guess I don't know. But
who knows?
How to get window sticker on used car private party? I have no idea what that means.
I meant to get it off. Someone probably put one of those stickers on his windshield, and now we can't figure out how to get it off.
No, I think he wants to find the actual original window sticker on a used car. I'm pretty sure Carfax has that. I just wonder why he'd want it.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign, and only temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them.
Do you know anything about
Be relied on.
like you hearing stats?
And seek medical advice at the first
People hospitalized by COVID are more than half.
Learn more at
Or at least half of vaccinated.
Oxygen.com.
That's true.
I don't know. You mean that I don't know in Colorado. I know there's a shitload of people that have been vaccinated are positive for COVID. The problem with hospital stats is you can go in there with a broken arm and they check you for COVID. You're asymptomatic. You're not going in there for COVID. But you find out you have a 25-year-old whatever who's there for a broken arm, has COVID. Now he's there for COVID. Right. So the hospital stats counted as COVID. So it's so convoluted, it's fucking retarded.
And how many false positives are there?
Well,
they
that's
get
the
paid
other.
more still.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Genesis Total Exteriors does GenesisSolarCO.com. If you're looking for a solar system, Genesis, for you, GenesisSolarCO.com. They will do a 20-minute site evaluation for solar to see if you're a good candidate. And if you are, you can count on them to give you a great price, all the tax credits, and at least a company that will guarantee components and performance through the manufacturer for 25 years. GenesisSolarCO.com. Now, Mark, what's going on with you, Mark?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Hey, I am calling. I called a while ago about selling my car, and you guys had helped me out with depositing money. Now I'm looking to buy a new car.
Okay,
not a new
Mark.
car, a used car. But I want to know, is there a way to get the window sticker of some of these cars I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Like with the VIN number?
Yeah, if you have a used car you're looking at, you get the VIN number and do a search or go to Carfax, and many times they'll have the MSRP on there from the original invoice. Yes.
Okay, so I have run the Carfax on both of them, and it kind of gives me general information, but it doesn't tell me anything about packages or options that were on there.
Usually the VIN number does that. Did you just search the VIN number in general? Not just Carfax, but did you search the VIN number?
I did, and there's a lot of aftermarket websites. I don't know if they're legit or not. And I even tried, they're both Corvettes that I'm looking at. So I tried calling a few Chevy dealerships and they weren't really able to help me. So I didn't know, I know you guys have a relationship with Purifoy. I didn't know if there's any way from the VIN number just to get that sort of build.
Absolutely. You get everything. But I didn't realize it was going to be so difficult for you. You're telling me that Carfax did not have that on there for you?
No, I'm looking at the Carfax right now. So it just tells me, if there's any accidents, how many owners. But it won't tell you actually about the car. It just tells you what year it is and the model. That's it.
What year is this? Is it a really old one?
Well, I'm looking at a 2013 and a 2010. So I'm looking at two of them.
God, on my car, I pulled up the sticker. Mark, on Carfax, is there a reason he's not seeing the sticker?
I don't know. A lot of times you definitely see the original sticker. The other thing is you just call up the dealership, man. I wouldn't even call up. People are too busy right now. Just go down to the dealership with the VIN number and ask the service manager to pull it.
Yeah, they can do that for you and they can tell you everything about the car.
They're just going to have to take the time to want to.
Yeah,
I called MedVed here in Castle Rock, and I called John Elway up on Broadway, and both of them told me they can't do anything for me.
Well, of course they can. I mean, that's what a VIN number is for. It tells you everything about the car.
How about calling Chevy?
Yeah, I called them too, and they said they gave me some something about Federal Trade Commission guidelines. They can't give me a window label. That's only given when the car is purchased new from the dealership. I don't know what that.
Okay. You know what? There are plenty of sites online that do it, and they tell you everything about it. Okay, so what you have, in fact, Blinker used to do it. All I can tell you is I found one called Bumper.com that searches VIN numbers for you and will turn everything about it. I don't think it's big as mystery as you think.
It's open enrollment for health insurance. Don't get caught.
I don't. I definitely got them. I even got one on my coach. I called up Newmar, and they sent me fucking the original build sheet, everything.
Integra Insurance, 303-466-55. 466-55. Or IntegraInsurance.com. Retirement is the biggest investment you'll ever make. So choosing the right financial partner is a huge decision. I'm Scott Hansen with Allward Financial, and we believe there's a big difference between saying someday you'll have enough money to retire and actually putting a plan in place so
trying to
you
find
can
trucks.
retire with confidence. That's why we offer
2019
assessments with experience.
to 30,000 miles, 42.
Worry less about money tomorrow.
42,000.
Your free assessment today.
That brand new with like it's crazy.
Dude, I sold my
So crazy.
my daughter's Elantra. Bought it brand new for $13,000. Sold it for $15,000 like 6 months ago. I could get right now exactly what I paid for my G90, but what the fuck am I going to buy? Everything's outrageous.
Rittenhouse breaking down as he called one of the people he's charged with shooting and killing, saying Joseph Rosenbaum came after him first.
There were people right there.
Jobless claims ticking downward again last week. 267,000 Americans filed for first-time unemployment benefits. But over the last 12 months, inflation is up 6.2%, the largest 12-month.
6.2, did they say?
In Japan,
You got a key to get back in the store or in the restroom?
Oh, go around the, I'll show you. I'll show him so he knows. Yeah, so you don't get locked in red jail.
French residents over the age of 65 will be required to get a COVID booster shot in order to hold on to their health passes. Those over 65 have until December 15th to get their boosters. COVID passes will be required until next summer. Nezla Katera, ABC News, Paris.
In an exclusive interview with ABC News, Santa Fe District Attorney Mary Carmack Altweed is speaking of the investigation into the fatal shooting on the set of the movie Rust involving actor Alec Baldwin, which killed the film's cinematographer and injured the director.
One of the YouTubers Addie watches was next to her in Core Power today. She is like so starstruck. She hasn't told me who it is yet. I'm like, who the heck do you watch? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, here, she's telling me. That's what I love about iPhones. iPhones are the best.
I hate them.
Look up Shane Dawson. He has billions of followers, she said.
What is he?
He's a YouTuber. Like, I am so not even in the know. Here, Shane Dawson. YouTube. Who is this guy?
Family tradition.
Please leave your message for
23 million. What?
Just landed the gig of a lifetime. It starts next week. Their staff
Conspiracy collection reveal that. That sounds like Adeline.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast. I need Indeed. Indeed you do.
That's crazy.
Instant match instantly connects.
He has 20 million subscribers, if I'm looking at the right guy.
What does he do?
Conspiracy, haunted theories with Shane Dawson, the haunting of Shane Dawson. I don't know what he does. She is like over the moon right now. Let's see if this is the right one. Maybe there's. Oh no, here is. No, here's a different one.
Nasty boy.
Here's a different Shane Dawson who has a bazillion. Tell Mark.
The Denver school system moving to remote learning at 3 schools due to staffing problems. Colorado Education Association President Amy Baca-Owen saying it's because districts don't have enough substitutes.
Mark. Addie says one of the YouTubers she watches was next to her in Core Power today. He has like millions of followers. She is like over the moon right now.
Oh, she watches him or something?
I guess so, but there's two Shane Dawsons. I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
What's he do?
There's two, so I'm not sure.
What's his shtick?
This report is sponsored by Redfield America. Watch for some construction slowing on West
I don't know, I'll have to ask.
70 now.
What's...
From Skipling out towards Penn Carroll, the right lane is blocked with that, and it is slowing traffic. Also, you have some construction. The right lane is closed on Ward Road between 48 and I-70. This is slow patch as well. I-25 looking good though. No reported slow traffic between downtown and the Tech Center. Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather. Partly cloudy today and mild. And then tonight slow drop.
Yeah, the judge is really getting on this fucking prosecutor.
What did he do wrong?
He's just the way he was cross-examining him. I mean, I don't know.
This week on Redfield America, we tell the story of multimedia icon Glenn Beck and how he blazed the trail for how to fight back against cancel culture. Listen to Redfield America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Redfield America.
Another person we talk about a lot is Kurt Rogers at Affordable Interest Mortgage. Because mortgages right now are at all-time lows and people are refining and people are buying. I want you to know AImortgage.net is where you'll find.
Do you think Rittenhouse will be found innocent, guilty?
Fuck no, no way, man.
No way.
No way?
No.
You can't say no way.
Who did they kill?
Nothing.
I'm just reading how the judge is reacting right now, and the jury's seeing this shit.
Well,
What did the judge say?
The judge doesn't get to decide if he's guilty or not. He just decides the sentence.
Who did he
Just
kill?
remember, all he needs is one person. That's all he needs. One person on that jury to say he didn't fucking do it.
One?
Yeah,
one.
has to be unanimous.
One.
Yeah, unanimous, but
Okay, so he
how many
killed.
people? There's not.
I think there's 12 people.
What do you mean one?
One person
Wait a
can
minute,
say
wait a
he's
minute.
not guilty and he's done. He's not. That's it.
Why? You need five.
No.
Or six?
One.
No, it has to be unanimous decision.
One.
Otherwise,
One.
it's a mistrial.
Who did he kill?
That I don't know.
It has to be all 12 have to
Yes,
say?
yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you ever see the famous movie with Henry Fonda, 12 Angry Men?
Yeah.
You gotta watch it. It's a great movie.
Not very accurate, though.
But it's still a great
Wait,
movie.
realize that's every trial? It has to be 12?
Criminal.
Criminal, not civil.
Yeah, it's got to be unanimous.
Welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net, which will help you get the water system you need at the lowest price possible. Computerized systems. If you want a drinking fountain at the water at your kitchen, it's under $1,000 fully installed. That's waterpros.net. Free water testing, too. And they have other systems. Waterpros.net. 303-862-5554. Welcome. Fix It 24/7's with us. We've been talking about home services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. We've also been talking about anything on your mind. If you have a problem, give us a call. One thing I want to tell you, if you're in a car accident, this happens quite a bit, and the other party is at fault, they cannot dictate to you where you take your car. Now, speaking of such, we had a guy that had his wife's car was rear-ended, and they took it to Iron Mountain Body Shop, where it was there for 30 days. While it was there, they gave an estimate. They wanted to paint the whole thing. Progressive, the other party's insurance said, no, take it somewhere else. So Ian took his wife's car somewhere else. And he was charged for storage for 30 days, $4,700 for 30 days. Now, he said there was a sign that talked about storage fees, but he never dreamed he would be charged $4,700. and he's upset about it. I told him ultimately the people who injured his wife, or excuse me, who injured the car, damaged the car, they're ultimately responsible for damages. But what would a judge say about $4,700 in storage fees? I asked Deputy Doc, just for the hell of it, to call Iron Mountain Body Shop and ask him about their storage fees. What did they say?
They said that is their storage fees. It's prominently displayed, and that they have this problem all the time with Progressive. They were going back and forth with Progressive, and Progressive basically said, screw you, get it from our customer, we're not dealing with you anymore.
Okay, well, their customer is not the guy who paid it. Their customer is the guy who hit the guy.
How long was it there, Doc?
30 days.
Did they say why they have such exorbitant storage fees?
They don't think it's exorbitant. They just said that.
Come on.
That's what the storage fees are, and that Progressive said that we're not paying it and get it from somebody else.
Had they done the work, would they still have charged for storage?
I don't know. Probably not. I doubt it.
And Progressive nor the other guy chose this place. The caller's the one that chose it.
Do you know they made more money profit, I'll bet, on this storage than they did if they did the body work.
There was no overhead. It was just empty space.
They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything except have it there, right? $4,700. So, I mean, think about that. They're better off just taking cars in, giving estimates, and letting them sit there. They make more money on a unit. I don't think they'd make $4,700 profit on a car.
It's a new business model.
Yeah, almost as good as 44th Auto, if you remember that one.
I think Progressive is the one at fault. They're just dickering around, not wanting to pay for the repair and putting it on the customer and then their insurer to dick it out between them.
Yeah, that's why what I would do if I was Ian, I would sue the person who hit his wife's car that caused all this.
Absolutely.
They're the ones at fault. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Yes.
That brings up an interesting thought. If you get into an accident, someone else hits you, and because of the supply chain, the radiator got busted, and it's going to take 2 months to get a radiator for it, at what point is the other person liable? A year? 2 months? 6 months? I mean, what is it? What's the answer?
Let's get Compass Insurance on and
How about
find
on
that
a rental
out.
car while you're waiting? Do they have to pay a rental car for 6 months? That's $150 a day now?
I would like to ask Compass about storage fees and response cars not being done as a result of a supply chain problem. Plenty of cars. I was told to get a bumper for a car I had in for a repair could take up to 3 months. Now it did not, but they said it could have. Luckily, it did not take that.
Even Kimmer, who we know is totally responsible, has said to us it could be several weeks
for mechanical problems.
Right, and they're 100% honest, and we know that they're not trying to jerk anybody around.
I just wonder where that liability falls, though. I mean, if you cause an accident, damage to my car,
right? Where's the limit? Where's the limit? In other words, if it's going to take 6 months. I mean, come on. They can't supply a loaner for 6 months. They can't supply storage fees for 6 months. 6 months. I don't know what happens. Here's something very interesting. We have George Donaldson in with us, one of the owners at Fix It 24/7, fixmyhome.com. Listen, I heard him talking off the air, and he said a piece of crap furnace or a lower quality furnace. Really, I don't think there are any pieces of crap anymore. I mean, furnaces, even the lower end furnaces, they're lower end. But he said a lower end furnace done with an expert installer is better than a top-of-the-line furnace not properly installed. Now, why is that? Tell me what the installation can do to help a bad furnace, and how can the bad installation hurt a good furnace?
So mostly airflow. So return airflow. If you don't install that furnace correctly with airflow, make sure it has the proper airflow,
it's not going to work.
It'll work,
but not well.
It'll work. It's working harder. It'll cycle more often. It'll work. There's parts that'll heat up
and harder.
It'll be less efficient too, so you don't even realize that you're paying less in your utility bills as well.
So what'll happen? So you'll have a good furnace that'll choke down and break down.
So the overall average life is 10 to 12 years, but they can last 20, 30 years, right? So it just depends on how it's installed. I'm telling you, the installer is such an important thing.
But if you take a really, a low-end furnace and really do an expert installation, it'll last a while, and it'll give you good service.
Right.
But if you take a really good furnace and choke it down, it's going to have a premature failure.
Right. Then if you take a really good furnace and install it by a really good installer,
then you got a great idea, right? So a really good furnace with a great installer will last how long? 20?
It could last 30, 40 with today's technology. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
I believe that long, yeah.
Jeff.